guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool update video on the latest news about the Liverpool takeover, because there are 12 potential buyers for Liverpool FC and we will list them in this video, and you will have the latest information on the latest bids around the Liverpool FC's takeover. So if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest updates about Liverpool's takeover and Liverpool FC on this channel. So Liverpool are already in talks with the Saudi Arabia and Qatar private sector, private investment groups, which is really encouraging. The Saudi Arabia sports minister himself confirmed that there is a lot of interest in buying Liverpool, and the Saudi Arabia will back any bid that comes from the Saudi Arabia private sector. So this is not the Saudi Arabia government, because they already own Newcastle, the Saudi Arabia investment fund, but it is the interested private sector parties who want to buy Liverpool. But in this video we will talk in detail about David Blitzer and Josh Harris through the Harris and Blitzer sports and entertainment business. They are looking to buy Liverpool FC, and the Liverpool Echo learned from US sources that they are mulling over their options of any potential move for Liverpool, and other resources close to the situation said that they are very interested, but at the moment there are preliminary talks with FSG on what kind of price they want. And Sir Martin Broughton, who actually oversaw the sale of Liverpool to FSG 12 years ago, he was in a temporary role as Liverpool chairman 12 years ago. He helped navigate the sale, and now he is also in charge of this sports and entertainment business, the Harris and Blitzer sports and entertainment business. He's in charge of them potentially buying Liverpool. He's in charge of the takeover process, basically the negotiations of the takeover process. So Broughton has been leading this consortium, and they have been in the running to buy Chelsea as well. And Broughton actually spoke earlier this year about this takeover. He said, we have got the key ingredients for success. I've been there and done it all at Liverpool previously. I know what I'm letting myself in for, but we've got a bid which combines a group of individuals. There is no one person in charge. All the risks around a single party owner, geopolitical like we are seeing now, financial health, which can throw a club into confusion, they don't get impacted if you've got a proper consortium like we have in this case. That all goes on in the background and it can be sorted out. It gives stability to the football club. The people who are going to invest have no exit timeline. They are committed to keeping the club at the level it has been at recently. They are all willing to go along with it being a very fan-friendly bid, and encourage the supporters' trust to get more involved in the process. If we become the legal owners, we have to remember that the emotional ownership is with the fans. You've got to involve them one way or another. So Sir Martin Broughton, who has been leading a group that included the former chairman of the London Olympics, Lord Sebastian Coe, and Sacramento Kings owner Vivek Ranadive. A major part of that particular consortium was the Harris and Blitzer Sports and Entertainment Fund, the US firm that had ownership stakes in the Philadelphia 76ers NBA team and the New Jersey Devils NHL team, and the Real Salt Lake MLS side. Josh Harris and David Blitzer both had an 18% shareholding stake in Crystal Palace, something they would have to get rid of if they were to buy Liverpool. And Blitzer last month in New York at a sports conference spoke about Premier League asset becoming available and their interest in it. At the end of the day, he said, I love Crystal Palace, and the people who know me well will know I love Crystal Palace, but there are a handful of teams, brands out there on a global basis. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, these are the brands that I'm talking about. The opportunity to invest in that particular situation with a very small number of people, frankly, given it was a complicated situation in the case of buying Chelsea, we were comfortable giving that our best shot. We would have had to, of course, relinquish our interest in Crystal Palace had that come through. If that had happened, it would have been a really sad day in one sense, but again, back to the investment part, it would have been a really interesting investment in terms of what's out there for Chelsea. So I think these people, of course, are business people, and I don't think that they would be the best owners of Liverpool going forward, because they see Liverpool as an investment, and they wouldn't necessarily invest the required resources to make Liverpool as successful as possible. We want somebody who has a lot of ambition and a lot of money to make Liverpool the best team in Europe and in the Premier League. But if the wrong owners take over Liverpool, then we would be a club just fighting for the top 4 each year. If Liverpool don't get rich owners, frankly, I think it's a fact that Liverpool won't be able to compete with the likes of Man City, Newcastle, and in Europe, the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain. Let me know how do you see this in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion. So these are just 2 of the 12 potential interested parties. Mukesh Ambani is the Indian investor who is also interested in buying Liverpool. We already made a detailed video on him. Conor McGregor is another interested party. He said I would love it, and I requested my information on buying Liverpool. What a turn of events, what a club. But he's a Man United fan, and I don't think he has the money, or I don't think he could get a group of people together to form a consortium or an investor group to buy Liverpool FC. But I just wanted to mention his name because he has been in the news as well. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who I think is a Man United fan, he would be more interested in buying Man United. His name has been floated around as a potential interested party in Liverpool as well. But I think as soon as Man United announced that they are for sale, I think Jim Ratcliffe ruled himself out from buying Liverpool. Steve Ballmer, another really awesome NBA team owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. He's 66 years old, and he said that he has no interest in adding any more sports teams, but I wanted to mention his name as well because he has been in the news and we already made a couple of videos on him as well. Steven Paikuka, we made a video on him as well. Check out my channel if you haven't already on these previous owners, because in each video I broke down all the information that I found about these prospective interested buyers into Liverpool. Payuka is a part owner of the Boston Celtics and part owner of the Serie A club Atalanta as well. Now this is a new name, Mumtalakat Holdings. As soon as it emerged that FSG were open to selling Liverpool from the Middle East, there were a lot of interest, and one early name to be linked with Liverpool was Mumtakalat Holdings, a sovereign wealth fund of Bahrain, which has around 15 billion pounds of assets under management. According to CBS Sports, Mumtakalat Holdings have denied interest and stated that they have no intention of pursuing a deal for Liverpool Football Club. So this is why I didn't make a separate video on them, because their interest was never serious enough to get enough traction in the media. And of course we also had interest from Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. The sovereign wealth fund of the United Arab Emirates, the Emirates Investment Authority, were linked with buying Liverpool, while Dubai International Capital, the international investment fund of Dubai Holdings, which serves as the sovereign wealth fund of the government of Dubai and its ruling family, were also placed as a name in the frame to be interested in buying Liverpool. But both linked wealth funds, according to CBS Sports, were quick to deny any interest in a Liverpool takeover bid, which is a real shame, because I think the Dubai International Capital Investment Fund, they are Liverpool fans. They were in the running to buy Liverpool in 2007, but maybe now they are looking at other investment opportunities as well. Redbird Capital Partners is another interested party. They already bought an 11% stake in FSG for $750 million. There was some suggestions that they could buy Liverpool outright. Gary Cardinale, founder and managing partner of the New York-based Redbird Capital Partners, which manages over $6 billion in global assets in the sports, finance and energy sectors. He was pressed at any future interest, and he said, "No, I definitely would not exclude it, as it would be a privilege to own Liverpool, but I think that Liverpool is in fantastic hands with the current group at FSG. We are there to support and play a supporting role where we can, but that is a phenomenal team from ownership and management all the way down to the playing staff and to the manager." So the landscape has changed considerably since then, with Redbird, who already owned the French side Toulouse and having taken on controlling interest in Serie A champions AC Milan back in September, clinching a £1.1 billion deal. So Redbird Capital are a very serious investment group. They just bought AC Milan basically, and there would be a clear conflict of interest where UEFA were concerned, owning two Champions League clubs. Imagine if AC Milan and Liverpool come up against each other. And Echo has been told that there is no interest on Redbird's part to buy Liverpool after just purchasing AC Milan. I think it's very unlikely that you buy two huge football clubs in Europe in quick succession. Speaking to Australian media, Cardinale confirmed that they have no interest in buying Liverpool. US family offices, a look at the runners and riders in the hunt for Chelsea would give us some clues as to how many other investors are there who would be interested in buying Liverpool and who also have the funds to buy Liverpool. And these are, of course, two confirmed bidders who was confirmed to be bidders for Chelsea. They were the Chicago Cubs owners, the Ricketts family, who had partnered with US billionaires Ken Griffin and Dan Gilbert for their bid of Chelsea. They dropped out, having been unable to agree on the final makeup of the deal, like who gets what percentage and what direction they want to take the football club. And this was a cash bid, and they since ruled themselves out of any potential interest in Liverpool. But I also thought I would mention it to you guys so you get a full picture. LeBron James is the 12th interested party. He's a basketball icon, billionaire entrepreneur. He remains an active NBA player, and he's aiming to play with his son Bronny in the NBA before he calls time on his career. But some outlets had mentioned LeBron James as a potential bidder. There is next to no chance of that happening because he owns 2% of Liverpool, but I don't think he has the capital. He has the money to buy Liverpool outright. He earns a lot of money, and he has a lot of money. He has a huge fortune, but not in the 4 billion or 3 billion pound range that is required to buy Liverpool. And also he's more interested in potentially owning an NBA franchise because they are looking to expand the NBA, and there could be a team in Las Vegas that could be an NBA expansion franchise, and FSG want to team up with LeBron James and go there and found an NBA franchise basically out of Las Vegas. So I don't think there is any interest from LeBron James to buy Liverpool. But I still wanted to list all the potential interested bidders, interested buyers into Liverpool Football Club, and I really hope that you guys appreciate and enjoy the research that I make, that I do into these videos, because I want to keep you guys as informed and as much in the loop as possible. I will also keep you in the loop around Liverpool's potential January transfer moves, but one player that we can safely rule out that Liverpool will sign in January is Conrad Limer. Limer has emerged as a target for Liverpool, but according to Graham Bailey, Liverpool have now learned from representatives around the Conrad Limer deal that the player himself does want to move to Bayern Munich. The 25-year-old Austrian, who has just recovered from a knee injury, was annoyed that the summer his move to Bayern collapsed, but he knew the issue was on both sides, and he did not hold that against the Bundesliga champions. The interest from England over the past 12 months, firstly from Man United and then Liverpool, had turned his head, but his heart was always set on a move to Bayern, and it looks like Bayern Munich are interested in getting him. His contract is expiring at the end of the season, so potentially Bayern Munich could get another free agent signing from Leipzig. They have done this so many times. They got some of the Dortmund's best players either on free agents or as a transfer. They also got quite a few free agents from Leipzig already. They poached their manager away as well, and this is Bayern Munich's strategy in Bundesliga. Get the best players of your biggest rivals, and you will basically win the league every year. Bayern Munich are a brilliant football club, don't get me wrong, but I'm glad that things like this aren't happening in the Premier League. It starts to happen more often than not because not many other clubs can pay the wages of Premier League stars. For example, Man City sold some of their biggest stars to rival Premier League clubs like Chelsea, but like in the case of Raheem Sterling. But I don't think that will be a common practice going forward, but who knows, maybe it will be. We will wait and see, but I don't think direct title rivals will sign players from each other. Like Gabriel Jesus went to Arsenal from Man City, but I don't think Man City thought in their wildest dreams that Arsenal will be their main challengers for the Premier League title. It's still pretty crazy to say that out loud, but credit to Arsenal. They have been the most consistent team so far in the Premier League, and they deserve to be top of the Premier League during the World Cup break. And what an incredible day it was in the World Cup yesterday evening. I watched the Argentina, Poland and the Mexico Saudi Arabia game. I was switching channels. I felt sorry for Mexico because they gave everything against Saudi Arabia, but if they played half as well against Poland like they did against Saudi Arabia, and if they attacked half as much, they would have been beaten Poland, because this Poland team is pretty limited in terms of attacking potential. They have a brilliant goalkeeper. Szczesny became the first goalkeeper in 20 years to save 2 penalties at a World Cup, which is pretty remarkable. And Messi's penalty was saved, and then Argentina fans feared the worst, but in the end they ran out comfortable 2-0 winners, and Mexico went out on goal difference, which was really heartbreaking for them. But I think they should have beaten Poland in the first game that they had in the group, and then it wouldn't have been a problem, not beating Saudi Arabia by 3 or more goals. But the fascinating games keep continuing to happen, and also a big surprise that Denmark went out with an absolute whimper. They lost to Australia, and Australia got 2 1-0 wins, and they qualify in second place with 6 points, with a great defense and very clinical in front of goals. Australia didn't have a lot of chances, they didn't create a lot, but they scored 2 really good goals in 2 games, and they both got 2 1-0 wins after getting smashed by France 4-1 in their first game. Who would have thought? Who predicted Australia to get out of that group? Tell me one person, because I don't think there is anybody who predicted that. But that's why we love football, that's why we love the World Cup, because of these surprises. And today I think we will find out whether Germany can make it out of the group. That will be a really interesting game against Costa Rica, I think. But Germany should win that, and then I think they will go through. I don't see Japan beating Spain, but stranger things have happened. Japan have already beaten Germany as well, so it will be very interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.